Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Physics Surgery, and this is Pathfinder Solution Series. And I have brought forward to you a question from the Challenge Your Understanding section of the chapter 4 on the conservation of linear momentum topic. Okay, so it's a very interesting question. It's a blend of more than one type of concepts. So energy conservation, free body diagram, everything you need to be very perfect with, and also very importantly, all well within JEE advanced concepts that are taught to us. Okay, so let's move ahead with the formal wording of the question. So this is it. A hemispherical bowl is placed on a frictionless horizontal floor, and a small disc is placed on the top of the bowl as shown in the figure. The disc and the bowl are of equal mass, and there is no friction between them. The disc is slightly pushed horizontally so that it starts sliding down the bowl with a negligible speed. At what angular displacement measured from the vertical line through the center of the bowl will the disc lose contact with the bowl? So this is a question. Okay, so if you want to give it a try, and as I said, it's usually we tend to think that challenge your understanding questions are really tough, but this isn't that tough. It all depends on how good you are with the multi concepts of different chapters of mechanics. So try to give it a nice try for 10 to 15 minutes, and then do come back to watch the solution. Okay, so here's the solution. Okay, so first and foremost, let's try to depict some velocity vectors for the particular solving of the problem. So assume v is the velocity of the hemisphere at the point of losing contact. So hemisphere I'm assuming is moving towards left, as you could see on the right side of your screen. And with respect to hemisphere, the block would be moving in a circular path, right? So with respect to hemisphere, I have marked a v relative velocity. Okay, therefore with respect to ground, I should add the velocity vector that I have assumed for the hemisphere back onto the block. So this red component and this blue component together make up the velocity of the block with respect to ground. So keep that in mind, and this is the angle theta we need to find. So after that introduction, we'll first apply the thing that comes to our mind is the conservation of linear momentum in the horizontal direction. In vertical, it is not applicable because there is an external force of weight and normal reaction, but in horizontal direction on the two things as a system together, you will not have any external force. So by taking leftward momentum of this particular hemisphere should be equal to the rightward momentum of this block with respect to ground. Okay, so the leftward momentum I have written mv, whereas for this one you'll have two contributions: this v relatives component in this direction, v relative cos theta, minus this v that you have to take into account. Cancelling the m, you get the first important relation between v and v relative. Remember, both of them should be eliminated because we are in the search of angle theta. Okay, so next important concept that would be applicable, especially because friction is not there both at the floor and also between the block and hemisphere, is the conservation of mechanical energy. You could see the block actually comes down, and therefore there's a loss in potential energy which is given by the small vertical height that it actually comes down, right? How much is that height? R into 1 minus cos theta. You could see this is r cos theta, so this small fall would be r into 1 minus cos theta. So that value of loss in potential energy gives rise to gain in kinetic energy of both the hemisphere and also the block. Hemisphere one is easy to write, half mv square, whereas for the block, again you should be very careful. You have to take the v square of the resultant of the two. Okay, so which is v square plus v relative square minus, because this is obtuse angle between them, you end up having a minus 2vv relative cos theta. Again, appropriately cancelling of m and rearranging, you end up getting the equation 2, right? Two equations won't be sufficient enough because three variables are there, right? V is unknown, V relative is unknown, and also cos theta. That should immediately give you calm and composure in the exam that you need to search for one more equation, one more concept. I think you have not yet used the fact that the contact is being lost. That is, normal reaction between the two is zero. Only way you can bring normal reaction is neither from conservation of linear momentum nor from the energy equation, because right, it doesn't do work, right? So the only way to go about, I think, is the free body diagram. So let's draw the free body diagram. As you could see on the right side, I have drawn the free body diagram with respect to hemisphere. The reason is very simple. The path of the block is easier to track as arc with respect to hemisphere. Okay, right. So I've taken the components of its weight, mg cos theta, mg sin theta, and normal reaction. Okay, now you might be thinking, because hemisphere is accelerating, you need to put a pseudo force. But here is the trick. At the instant of losing contact, normal reaction on the hemisphere is zero, right? So if you look at the hemisphere and ask it, what is the one that is responsible for accelerating it towards left, its own weight is never responsible, it's acting downward. So the component of the normal reaction, whatever it was getting from the block, was responsible for accelerating this hemisphere towards left. So at the instant of losing contact, I think we get lucky and normal reaction becomes zero, therefore acceleration of hemisphere becomes zero. Therefore, there is no need of pseudo force to be put up on the block. So at this particular place, mg cos theta minus this n, which is already a zero, should be equal to mv relative square divided by radius. So I've just written that. This is your third equation. This green equation that you got from conservation of linear momentum, this yellow one from the energy conservation, and this from the free body diagram nicely sets up three different chapters within the same problem. And that's why it is a challenge. Otherwise, it's not actually a very difficult calculation. Okay, right. So when you rearrange, I've taken out the calculations, right? So this and this, when you substitute v relative into this and then back into this, rearrange, you get a cubic in cos theta. Okay, but it's a nice cubic. It's not a dirty one. The cubic could be easily factorized. I could search for 1, 2, minus 1, plus 1. I could easily see that it is factorizable with this. And this is not a zero, right? Because cos theta can't be 2. I can cancel it out and I end up getting a new beautiful quadratic, and two roots of which one is not plausible because cos theta has to stay with less than 1 and greater than minus 1. So I end up getting this angle. Okay, so this is a very simple problem if explained in a proper manner. But if you're stuck in an exam and your concepts are wobbling, then there is an issue. Okay, so you need to get your concepts of all three chapters, as I said, 1, 2, and 3, in a proper manner, and you should not doubt your understanding. Okay, so that's it. And for rest of the playlist, please go to the link in the description, try to see the rest of the questions that have been already solved under Pathfinder solution series, and also the other series that are part and parcel of the channel, which are running through at a quite bit pace. So please make sure that you hit the bell notification bell icon so that you can receive the regular updates that I'm posting more than one video per day nowadays. Okay, so and like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and more quality videos are on your way. Try to please catch them and use them. Okay, right. Thank you and see you.